Bonnaroo! What is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream, and welcome back for yet another segment of what I like to call the Dream Experience. If you're not familiar, if this is your first time seeing the Dream Experience, this is a segment where I like to talk about the festivals and shows that I attended in this current year, and I will have the luxury, the honor to be talking about my experience in the 2022 Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival this year. And might I just start off with saying this was the 6th time I have ever had the honor to attend Bonnaroo, and let me just say right now, this year was a year that I will never forget. Briefly talking about the location, it is located in Manchester, Tennessee. It's a little small area, you know, a little small, quiet town. The location for Bonnaroo is a pretty great one, especially because of the size of Great Stage Park, the location of the Bonnaroo farm. 650 acres is the size of what they have to offer, and that is quite a lot of space that they can hold up to 80,000 attendants for the festival. Talking briefly about the wristband goodies, you know, what I love about Bonnaroo is with the things that they offer when they send you your wristbands. Some of the things that I've gotten over the years, in 2016 I got this little magic ball, you know, it's pretty cool. It doesn't really work anymore, but like whenever you shake it, you get a little fortune right there. This year they gave you a little bit of a board game, you know, there's a dice with it. It's like a little bit like of a Monopoly kind of thing. I thought it was pretty sick. My favorite thing that I got is in 2017 when they actually gave you a fanny pack. It was great design. Literally, I use that all the time. It is just a great thing to have with you, and that was one of the best things that I've ever gotten from Bonnaroo, and I love it. They give you a lot of stickers most of the times, you know, buttons, they give you pins, you know, they give you a bunch of things every year. Every year is so different, and I love that about the festival. Now, getting into the campground. Now, there is a lot that they offer into the campground. Now, let me first talk about the plazas that are set in each round vicinity in the campground. So it's very easy to know where you're at in the campground once you're there. You know, they have these sticks that are placed around that will tell you what zone you are in your campground so you don't get lost. And in each zone is usually this set plaza. So each plaza offers showers, they have mist tents, they have food. You can get coffee down over there, like a stage or like a bungalow or whatever they call it, or a gazebo where you can go in there and meet people. You can talk to people. They sometimes have shows in there. They have a lot to offer there. It's pretty much like the general area where you go when you need stuff and you need to charge your phone, you need to buy ice, you know. They have a lot over there, and that's usually where I stop by every morning. One of the newest things that Bonnaroo had to offer, which I think was one of the awesome best attributes that they added to the festival, one of the best accessibility things, is what they call the Amtrak. Now, what this is pretty much this little station where you can wait for transport to CENTEROO, which is pretty much the main entrance to get inside the main area in the festival. This loops around all the way around the campground until you can get to CENTEROO no matter where you're at, and it's just so dope that they have that, especially after a day, you know, you're doing a lot of walking throughout the whole weekend, so like, but you can wait for those stations, those rides to come by so they can take you to a plaza, and then you can walk to your campground. It's just great, you know, it's especially accommodating for the heat, you know, making sure that people are staying safe, staying hydrated. I think it was one of the best things that they can offer there. Like I said, it could be a wait depending on when you want to go on there, but it's still a great thing to have, and I love that about it. One of the cons about camping, of course, is that, you know, you're not gonna have the luxury of how you actually live at home or in a hotel. You know, you gotta pay for a shower, you know, you're gonna wake up in a tent. It could be a little doo-doo, but as long as you're prepared, it's honestly always great no matter what. I think it's just so nice to have the accessibility of just walking to the main entrance right there. You're always there. You can come back in and out whenever you want. One of the things that I love that Bonnaroo added this year is that if you didn't want to camp, if you wanted to stay in Nashville at a hotel, the thing is they actually had shuttles now that they offered, shuttle locations where you can go in Nashville that would take you to the festival. That I think is so dope, so they can have that option for the people that don't want to camp, that don't like to camp. and it's really cool just because you could take that shuttle back and forth whenever it's scheduled. It's just really convenient, and I think that was a really cool thing that they added for the festival, so it can give you the option, you know, if you don't want to camp, you don't have to camp. You can stay in Nashville if you want, have the luxury of like being in the city, and you can also take that shuttle to the festival. Really, really cool. Another pro is the nightlife that they offer in the campground. They have a lot of like those plazas, like I said, how they have performers there, and especially where they have Where in the Woods, which was brand new in 2019. This was its second year being there. Bonnaroo is so nice to walk in there, you know, just a bunch of trees, you know, you can bring your hammock in there and chill. They have bars, they have like a lot of different artistries in there you can check out, you know, take a picture, take a really nice picture. I think it looks really sick. And then they have the stage, and I think it's a lot of room there, you know. Right when I got there and it set up my tent, I got to see Nightmare like 2 hours later. It was so dope. It was pretty much a 24/7 ride after everything. Even after everything was done in CENTEROO and they closed out, you can go back over there and just party in the campground all the time. Easily one of the biggest pros of camping at a festival, and especially at Bonnaroo, is the people. Hands down, the people are some of the best energy you can ever feel. Your neighbors will be rock stars, I guarantee you. My neighbors were absolutely amazing people. Taylor, Danny, Trev, and Brandon. Guys, thank you so much for being so kind to me this year. You guys were absolute rock stars. Like, you have no idea how much I appreciate you guys being so kind to me, being so generous, offering me things without anything, letting me give you guys in return. Like, seriously, thank you so much. You guys were great company. Mad love from y'all from the channel. Mad love to y'all. Talking about the weather, okay, it's in the middle of June. It's gonna be hot. One of the things that I bought this year that was a major lifesaver, one that I highly recommend, I'll add it in the description below, was this portable fan that I got this year. Absolutely amazing. 15 bucks. Got 2 speeds on it. Really convenient. Very nice when it was super hot in there. It also has a flashlight at the end of it, and then the thing that is also very sick about this, it also has a USB port where you can plug in your device to charge it. It's super convenient. Can't believe it was that cheap too. It lasted about, if you put on the first speed, 21 hours. If you put on the second speed, 14 hours. Great asset to have, especially if you're in the heat. Highly recommend buying this. Talking about what the festival has to accommodate for the heat. They have plenty of things. Of course, they have numerous amount of water stations where you can get water from. You're always going to be able to stay hydrated. It's free. They have numerous amount of mist tents, and oh my god, were those mist tents a glory to be in when it was so hot, man. When I set my tent up, I went to go check out the plaza, and they had that mist tent. I was just chilling there. You're almost always gonna have a point where you're gonna be able to find shade, depending on where you want to be during a set or whatever. You're gonna be able to find shade for the most part, especially if you're by the witch stage. If you buy this or that tent, they're under pretty much like roofs, so you can pretty much be under shade. Not only that, but they have fans built in there, so it's very cool. It can be super hot, but once you go in there, it feels so nice. My favorite thing that is also a bonus point for the art aspect of it is the mushroom fountain. The mushroom fountain is absolutely amazing to go through or walk through when it's super hot. I wore swim trunks that first day. I was prepared. I knew I wanted to get in the mushroom fountain, and it was just so refreshing. I love the mushroom fountain. It is such a big, bold piece of Bonnaroo that it's like pretty much like the heart of Bonnaroo to me. It always looks different every time, every year, with the way that they adjust the design of it. I love it. I love it so much. Then we're gonna get into the entrance. What Bonnaroo is really known for is their arc. Now, if you were attending in 2019, you would have known that the arc that they always had there actually had to go under maintenance, because when they evaluated the arc, they realized that it was going past safety recommendations, so they had to take it down, and they had to put this like jumbotron, which was like, I get it was temporary, but it was just not speaking Bonnaroo to me, so it was just something that I wasn't really that much of a fan of. Thankfully, they brought that back new and improved to the max. I loved what it was doing now. It almost felt like it was alive, you know? It felt like it was changing all the time. You'd see like actors through there. You see the colors morph into a bunch of things. I love what they did with the improvements on the arch. It was just fantastic. Walking in is one of the best parts about it, going through the rails when you throw in those high fives, especially on High Five Friday, baby. The positivity is all over the place, my guy. It is so nice just to walking by, give everyone a high five, saying Happy Rue. Oh man, I'm telling you, it is a beautiful trademark that the festival has. It's rejuvenating. It is absolutely like reviving. It's beautiful. It is one of the most best experience you can ever have. Walking in, the moment you got to see the main stage, the what stage, see that Bonnaroo logo is just It was so beautiful, especially after 3 years since the festival hasn't been able to operate, especially because of COVID. And then in 2021, when they had this massive storm that pretty much flooded the entire farm, or unfortunately they had to cancel last minute. It was just such a beautiful moment to be back and just have that like impact, saying, wow, I'm back home. And it was gorgeous. Talking about what CENTEROO has to offer. CENTEROO is pretty much the main area where they have to offer the best of what they have to offer at Bonnaroo, pretty much with the stages, with the activities, a bunch of different things. They had a bunch of stores where you pretty much can buy some like handmade like clothes or like bags or pashminas. It was really, really nice to have that. They have places where you can just check out the art. Bonnaroo has their own superstore. This is where I bought this really sweet t-shirt. I'm loving the design of it. You know, they have plenty in the super bag. We got the lineup right over there. It's probably one of my favorite shirts, especially because it doesn't fucking grab my titties hard as fuck. They have a giant water slide inside of CENTEROO, which is really dope. You know, you can also bring the kids over there, or if you just want to take a dive, you know, especially in the heat. Really cool to check that out. They have a beach where you can play volleyball on. They have this giant beer tent where you can go by and watch some sports, especially because they had the NBA finals go on, and then they also had the Stanley Cup finals go on through. They just had a bunch of different things that were really, really cool to check out this year, and it felt very different, and that was the best thing that I liked about it. It doesn't always feel the same. It feels like that, you know, same, like, you know, familiarity with if you've been to Bonnaroo before, but at the same time, for the people that been there before, they have new things to offer to those people, and that was one of the things that I think is so great about this. Their stages aren't going to be EDC level, as I mentioned in my EDC video. I'm going to have the link to it down below and right up here. They're still very unique to their own way, because they have the what stage, they have the which, that tent, this tent, the other, and then they have the who tent. This and that tent are pretty much the same thing. The other stage is pretty much like the EDM stage now, where they have that. I love the redesign of what they had it now. It actually looks like they took a little bit more pride in having electronic music now, because it was mainly like an indie country festival in the beginning ever since it started, but now it's just morphed into something way bigger. The way that they switched up the design, you know, made it feel more bold and distinctive. I really loved about that. I love that they wanted to make this feel different for the electronic fans. It was really cool. Also great accessibility to know if you need to go to the bathroom, if you need to get water, whatever you need, food, drink, bathroom, water, all around you somewhere, no matter where you're at. I pretty much talked about what CENTEROO has to offer, the design of it, the aspect as you've seen in these videos. Let me get into the music. As I mentioned in my 2022 festival lineup review, that first wave that I recorded a couple months back, I reviewed this lineup, and I easily said that this is probably one of the best lineups that I've ever seen from Bonnaroo, and I still mean that to this day. The headliners go from Griffin, J. Cole, Tool, Flume, Millennium, and of course the one and only Stevie Nicks. An immense amount of great sets, like especially from so many artists I've been dying to see again, or just dying to see that I haven't got the chance to see yet. Easily some of the biggest highlights, like if I'm gonna give you a top 3 right now, I have to give it to Griffin. This is out of order, by the way. Griffin, Tierra Whack, and then Churches. Those sets were the most impactful to my experience. Easily, hands down. Let me tell you about some of the sleepers though, man. Happened to give it to Indigo de Souza. Indigo de Souza was a absolute gem. She was amazing. So much passion and emotion put onto that stage. I was blown away. After that, bumping her music so much, don't be surprised if you see her in my top sets of this year. I really love Lucille Crofts, Southern Avenue. Those are some new bands and DJs that I had the pleasure of checking out this year. Another cool thing that Bonnaroo really hyped up is the campground lineups. Like how I said, right when I got there, I got to see Nightmare. They had Dylan Francis. They had Jaws come. They had a lot of different performers come out for the campground. They had a lineup special for the campground. This was the lineup for the campground. Damn, pretty dope. And then the nightlife in CENTEROO is also pretty nice too. Like I said, the weather is fantastic. I wish I would have seen like more lights from certain like crowds and certain like that. I think the most I could really see was from the other stage, which is, like I said, the EDM stage. That's where most people, you know, are like doing like the magical hula hoops things, you know, lots of lights and like colors and like electronic things, and like the billboards that they have like lights attached to it. This really does feel like more of a day festival, but don't get me wrong, the nightlife in CENTEROO is still fantastic. J. Cole's J. Cole. He's gonna murk this stage no matter what. Millennium, first time seeing him on the Witch stage. That was the biggest stage that he got to perform at so far. at Bonnaroo. Had the absolute pleasure of seeing Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. I got to see freaking Bleachers, dude. I got to see Jack Antonoff. Oh my god, I wanna get better. Jack, he killed it. He fucking killed it. Oh my god, Jack Antonoff, an absolute spectacle. Great set from Bleachers. I love that. Japanese Breakfast was also a great set. Slow Tie was such a banger. Slow Tie killed it on there. Loved Rez's set right before Stevie Nicks. Oh, Stevie was so good. And then I gotta mention one of my favorites. You know, obviously last year I named him top 5 of best sets that I've seen all year. That was Porter Robinson. Porter Robinson was a very emotional moment for me. I kept thinking about, like, before I would go there, like, I think I'm gonna cry there. I think I might cry. And then when I get there, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna cry. Middle of the set, bawling my eyes out, absolutely sobbing, like sobbing, dude. It was just such a real moment, just to be back at home with everybody on the farm, not thinking about anything at home, you know, just not stressing at all, and being able just to soak into the music and just be happy. It was just, I don't know, it hit me all at once at that moment. I thought it was so beautiful. Another one that I want to mention was Tierra Whack. She is hilarious, dude. I knew she's this funny, bro, but she was so funny live. If you like Tierra Whack, you need to see her live. Oh my god, dude, I was pissing my fucking pants. And then just talking about Stevie Nicks, this was such a big moment for me. I am such a big fucking nerd when it comes to seeing some of the greats. They weren't as good as they are in their prime. It's like, yeah, I know, you fucking dipshit. They're like 70 years old. It's about the achievement of getting to be in the presence of someone as legendary as that name, Stevie Nicks. There's still so many artists that I want to get off of my bucket list, but dear God, man, Stevie Nicks was just a wonder to see. She is so great. She's just such a loving person. I loved her little stories that she added in between her songs. It was just such a great way to end off the weekend. It was honestly so beautiful. This was easily the best year out of all my 6 years of getting to be at Bonnaroo. Hands down the best year that I had to experience ever. I need to share why this festival is so special. In 2015 was the year that everything changed for me. 2015 was the year that I went to my first ever music festival, and that was here at Bonnaroo. I cannot tell you how much that year really meant to me and how much it changed me. Before that, I knew I had such a passion for music. I love music. I love searching for artists. I love going to shows already. I mainly only been to concerts, but like I still loved music with a burning passion. But 2015 was the year that I realized that this is what I need to do for the rest of my life. Being surrounded with all those people, being surrounded with your closest friends at such a beautiful event like Bonnaroo, it can do so much for you. Like, you think nothing like that can change you, it can. I had never felt so safe, so loved, so passionate. I can't tell you how grateful I am for that year, how grateful I am to be able to return and to talk to you about such a beautiful moment that I think everyone needs to experience, and that is Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo is nothing to be underestimated with. It truly demonstrates how good and how loving and how generous and beautiful humanity can be. I used to soak into only how negative that could be and what the negativity could really do to somebody until I went to my first festival. I never realized how deep this passion was until after that year, and realized that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is the whole reason why I have the channel, why I love speaking about music, why I love connecting with people, why I love speaking to so many people. Doesn't even matter if I know you or I don't. I love music with a burning passion, with all my heart and soul. It means the world to me. This is a festival that has changed my life for the better good. Otherwise, that I don't know if I'd want to be here anymore, as dark as that might be. And it's just something that I will always show 100% of my gratitude for, because it's given me faith and given me so much hope that I can really do this. You guys make me feel like I can really do this, and I can really just progress into what I want to do with music, no matter what it is, because I want to be in all of it. I want to connect with everybody. I really want this to be my life, and I can't tell you how thankful I am for you to be at this point watching the video with me. It has been such a great time sharing with you, such a beautiful experience with you guys. please, if you love festivals, if you haven't tried one before, Bonnaroo is an absolute must on your list. It is an absolute must. Even if you think that you won't have a good time, like how I mentioned with EDC, it is for you and you don't even know it. That was pretty much everything that I wanted to discuss with you guys about Bonnaroo. It was a blessed time to be there. I cannot wait to come back. It is something that is truly healing to the soul, and I will never ever get sick of talking about it. I won't. That being said, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoy it, go on to like, share, and comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, and please let people know about the channel so I can make this a full-time thing. Please, I want this to be my life. I want this to be something that I can make a part of my life every single time I make a video. I want to bring more and more content with you guys about this, but of course this is something that I can't really make a part of my life until I get to that point where I can. So please subscribe to the channel. Please comment down below what you want me to talk about next, what festivals you think I should check out, what next records, songs you want me to check out. We'll write that down in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Deuce.